Okay, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous for today. I think this is the first solo adventure I've been on so far that I was kind of questioning, and I was like, should I do this? This is definitely a little bit more out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna be hiking through bear country by myself in Japan, in the mountains, and you're gonna come along with me for it all. So I gotta get packed up and ready to go.
It is raining a lot. Do I want to do this? Okay, let's go. Okay guys, I just dropped my camera. I kind of like slipped / tripped and I was coming down the stairs, dropped the tripod, which dropped the camera, and it smashed it on the lens. Come on, Kaylee. Everything's fine. I'm still gonna have a great day. For a second there, I was like, I'm not gonna go on the trail. I'm not gonna walk. I'm just gonna take a bus. I'm gonna go straight back to Tokyo. Like the day is done. But no, we're gonna have a good day. I'm gonna go face my fears. It's gorgeous. I can't not do this trail. Hey bear, barely bones. I don't want to run into any bears today. So I'm not going to, because I'm gonna be loud and I'm gonna yap the whole time. We're gonna have some chit chat about ways to get started in solo traveling. That's what we're gonna yap about this morning. I got some stuff for you. All right, I'm walking through village number 1 of the day. It's Sumago. It's so cute. Okay, I'm on a flat trail. Class is in session. This is a common one. Start small. It doesn't have to be some extravagant trip, although it can. Maybe baptism by fire is the way for you. Maybe you just want to go send it on a multi-month trip. Also great. I'll give recommendations for if you don't know where you want to start, for where I would start, where I kind of did start. But yeah, you can do like a little staycation, like 1 night away. Like my very first backpacking trip, I did 2 nights in a place that I knew I would be comfortable in. And that was like forestry backpacking, not international backpacking. But I'm really out here in the middle of nowhere. Start small. Doesn't have to be big, just remember that. So say you do want to go big and you do want to go out of the country, my recommendation is Southeast Asia. It is very backpacker friendly, easy to book accommodation, and there's a ton of other backpackers there. So it's quite easy to make friends if that's what you want to do. If you want to go solo travel and not meet or talk to anyone else and isolate, it's also fine. You can also do that there. Honestly, probably the biggest reason why I keep going back there is because it's so cheap and it's absolutely gorgeous. Hey bear, hey bear, hey bear, hey bear. We're doing great. It's not the trail, that's a cemetery. Okay, I'm walking through a town. Therefore, I will momentarily cease the yapping. Okay, now we're talking about language barriers. If you go to Southeast Asia, honestly, in the really touristy places, a lot of people speak English and it's pretty easy to get around, which is why it's a good starting spot. But say you're going to Central or South America, you're gonna wanna know Spanish. I'm actually headed to South America next year, and I've gone to Colombia and Peru, and I did do Costa Rica when I was there. I took Spanish in high school. You know, donde esta mi mochila, donde esta la biblioteca. I know that doesn't get you quite that far when you are trying to catch a train, trying to find your hostel, looking for directions. So I've been doing my daily lessons on Rosetta Stone, my little app on my phone. I do them in like 10 minutes. I do them on the subway. I can do them wherever. But I think one of my favorite parts of the app is the pronunciation tool, because I've had conversations with locals like last time I went, and I knew I was saying the word, like the correct word, but my pronunciation was so off that they had no clue what I was saying. I was like, I see the word written out in the letters, but I'm still not communicating it effectively. So on the Rosetta Stone app, they have a pronunciation tool, and they give you immediate feedback because they compare how you say it with how a native speaker says it, and then you know what to fix. And it's great. And I think that can help build confidence when you're learning a new language in itself. But Rosetta Stone, they don't just have Spanish, they got lots of different languages you can choose from. So language barriers, that's my solution. I Rosetta Stone it up. Okay, quick pause from the hiking. Let's do a little lesson together, shall we? This is more so what the pronunciation tool looks like. Open Rosetta Stone app on my phone. Okay, I go to the travel section. We're gonna do this together. Un hotel. I did get it. Un banco. Good job. So I'm gonna practice doing it wrong so you can see. La mujer está en su... La mujer está en su casa. Anyways, immediate feedback. If you say it wrong, it says no, do it again. I really like it. Okay, back to the hiking bit. Rosetta Stone has a dual deal going on right now. You can click the link in my bio to get 50% off the single language lifetime subscription, or get lifetime access to all 25 languages for 60% off. Okay, also, I've done 6 miles. I have a little over 6 left. 88% humidity out. So if you see beads of sweat dripping down my face, that's why. It's so humid. It's kind of rainy too. I know I'm in a rain jacket, but it's so pretty. Okay, now I'm going into dark forest. This is fine. Everything's fine. Gracias. Para vivar en la casa. I don't remember the rest. We'll figure that out later. I got my snack. Next topic, safety. Number 1, when you're solo traveling, you're actually not. Someone asks you, oh, I'm meeting my boyfriend, my husband, my family, my friends. Make up a new life story. It's fun. You can be whoever you want. You could be a kickbox instructor. Or you could be, I don't know, an astronaut. You're an astronaut on vacation. That's actually what I am right now. I'm an astronaut in Japan on this trail in the middle of nowhere. Okay, next, for safety, avoid looking at lost and confused when you're wandering the streets. I know you're like, well, Kaylee, I'm in a new country that I've never been before. How am I supposed to look like I know where I'm going? And to that I say, like, do a little research before, you know, some countries are safer than others. Oh, bear in area. Is that a recent sign? Bear better not be in my area. Okay, anyways, I'm still yapping. What was I saying? Oh, looking lost and confused. So, depends on what area you're in. Some areas, you can't be walking on the street with your phone visible. It'll get snatched out of your hand. I've had friends that have happened to. Friends that are regular guys. They're not even solo female travelers and they're getting their phone snatched. So you gotta be conscious of what area you're in. If you're going out in an area and it's like you can't have your phone, you can't look lost, you can't look confused, you're gonna study that Google map. I'm using this as like my pointing stick. You're gonna study that Google map and then you're gonna go outside, we're gonna power walk. It's a fun thing to do. You're gonna look confident. You're not gonna be kind of looking lost, maybe looking around. No matter if you could have no idea where you're going, you're going. And if you need to pop into a shop or maybe pop into a convenience store or a coffee shop to check your maps, that's where you do it. But you don't want to do it on the side of the street where there's traffic. People can get off their bikes, they can grab your purse, your phone. I'm not trying to fearmonger here. I'm just saying you just gotta be aware. We gotta practice awareness when we're traveling. The next thing, as always, share your location with your friends, your family, give them updates. Like I just sent my mom this trail and I was like, this is where I'm at, this is where I should be back by this time. I have service though, like this whole trail, which is nice. As much as it would be nice to just freely bop around when we're solo traveling, it's not always the smartest. That's my safety briefing. All right, I'm not even kidding. As soon as I said and videoed, I was like, I have cell service. I don't have cell service, but I do have the AllTrails map downloaded, which is another thing I would recommend downloading, obviously your hiking ones or your Google map. You can download the map area on Google Maps so that if you run out of data or you're not online or you're in the middle of nowhere, it still works. Okay, I'm back en route. Nakasendo. Beep, beep, beep. Accendo, bear, bear. Please carry something that makes a sound, aka me. I make a sound. Hey bear, hey bear. Hey bear. Ba, 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 ba. You can have an opera in the forest. Ba, ba, ba. I have not seen a single other person on this trail since before the first town, and that was a couple, and they were going opposite direction. That was the very beginning. I haven't seen anyone, and I would maybe like to see a face of a person, not a bear. Yeah, I hope I'm not making you seasick. My apologies if I am. See, these bear posters are just so menacing. They look at this one. What is that? I don't know what type of bear that was, but I don't want to be running into him. Okay, now we have a waterfall. This is pretty. We're having fun. Okay, so it's raining just a smidge. You can't even see, the lens is all blurry. Okay. I'm at a bell ringing station. One more for good measure. Okay. Probably gonna finish this once I get to my accommodation for the night. Okay, hello. I am in a different setting. I am in a different state. I'm actually fresh out the onsen. But guys, I didn't see a bear. The yapping worked. Good job. I wasn't finished talking. There are more things that I want to share. You want to see my room? This is my little traditional, it's a mess right now, but I'll give you a little tour. Okay, here's my crib. My bed has not been made yet. I need to make it. Here's my table and chair. My stuff is everywhere because I'm repacking. Stuff's drying. It's a mess. And then I have a kitchen, a nice little kitchen. I bought hot chocolate. I'll do a haul in a second. And then my fridge. It's so nice. I love it. I'm a little sidetracked here, but I would like to give you a little 7-Eleven food haul. Lemon and Rubio's tea, hot chocolate, sour cream and onion chip, blueberry Greek yogurt, a banana. Yes, they're individually wrapped, tomatoes, 2 onigiri. But anyways, there are more solo travel tips that I want to talk about. Booking stuff, I use Hostelworld, Agoda, or booking.com. I use the first two the most compared to the last one. I love booking hostels because that's where I've made most of my friends. I want to say I've made 98% of my friends through hostels, and I actually can't even think of another way you would book hostels. I mean, they do sometimes show up on Agoda or Booking. Anyways, Hostelworld's great. With the hostels, it doesn't have to be a party hostel. It can be a social hostel. So let's think of a Venn diagram maybe. I'm gonna make a graphic of a Venn diagram. Party hostels. And we've got social hostel. I don't know if this is going to work in a Venn diagram, but all party hostels are social, but not all social hostels have to be party. Does that make sense? So I've been into some phenomenal hostels where they're not blaring music at you till the wee hours of the night, but everyone's there, everyone's trying to make good friends. Oh my goodness, one of the best hostels I was in Yogyakarta. It was not even remotely a party hostel, but they had family dinners. I think we had them every night. That's a great thing to look for if you want good, wholesome social interactions. If you're at a hostel, family dinners. They bring everyone together, everyone's chit-chatting, everyone's wanting to, what are you doing? What are you, blah, blah. It's great. And then I like to use Agoda if I'm booking a guest house. I lived mostly in guest houses in Indonesia, which are a really cool way to see like a different side of wherever you're at, because I feel like you get more local immersive experience with a guest house, and I love it. Solo versus partnered travel. I made a short form reel on this that kind of briefly went over it, but this is such a big switch going from traveling with a partner to traveling solo that my brain at first was just like information overload, too many decisions to make at once, decision fatigue. I don't want to do all this. Even just being in the van alone versus being in the van with someone else. And with travel, you got to make a lot more decisions. So basically, with that whole difference, I have found to plan way less. to plan way less when I'm in the van, to plan way less when I'm international. And so that's why I like gravitating towards countries that I don't have to super plan far in advance, which have been places like Thailand and Laos and Vietnam and Indonesia. Philippines, for the most, you could get away with less planning, but it was mostly in your favor to plan at least a week in advance, which is fine. I mean, it's not that far in advance. Another thing I'll add, finding activities to do when you're solo traveling. I get my recommendations from people at hostels and or the hostel itself, which again, looking at the reviews, hostels can be a great resource because sometimes they have these information boards or information books. It's like, here's everything you could do in this area and here's how to go do it. Or we'll take you on a tour if you want to do tours, if that's your vibe. Or maybe you meet a group of people and they're like, come do this with us, or we'll go do something else instead. Okay, so to sum up this video, we've talked about, what did we even start with? Places to solo travel, language barriers, safety, booking things, making friends, solo versus partner travel differences. All in all, I guess my biggest piece of maybe advice or just kind of tidbit is, because I didn't come up with this, you see this everywhere, you can't wait for someone else to join you, because if you do that, you'll be waiting forever, and you kind of just gotta go for it. There have been trips that I've gone on that I've been nervous for, or I even came on this 5-month trip and I was talking to my sister-in-law and was like, oh, I'll probably just go for like a month or two and then I think I'll come back. Like, I don't think I'll want to stay out that long. And now I'm being dragged back. Not dragged. Well, I said I would be back by the end of July, so now it's time to be back. I'll be back. And I want to see Chungi. I do miss her. But anyways, getting there can be the scariest part. And then once you're there, you figure it out. You're resilient, you're smart. I truly think that solo traveling is just the best experience that you could have. Would recommend. If you think of any other questions that you may have, let me know. I'm gonna do a whole Q&A type video with, I did a Q&A on my Instagram, I think like a few months ago, and I had a ton of questions and I think I maybe answered 4. So as I was going back, I was like, this would be a great YouTube video, and I'll go and respond to all the questions in one spot. Thanks for hiking with me and listening to me yap so that I didn't run into any bears. That was very kind of you. Okay, I hope you're having a great morning or evening or afternoon or whatever it is where you are, and thanks for watching.